Hi everyone, my name's Aaron, and now that you've got Blockify installed, let's make a simple web page layout by calling several blocks together. So the finished page is going to look something like this. Just a header, hero, section for some content, section for an article, and a very simple footer at the bottom. What you'll notice once you've built it is that one of the blocks that we're going to be using calls in random content, so you've got some placeholder stuff there. So to build this page we'll need a header, a main banner, some space for content, and a footer. Fortunately, we've got all of these in the free block registry. So if you head on over to blocks.blockify.co and download Hero Window, header simple, print grid section, footer section, and article single, and get those in your Blockify blocks folder, and we'll be ready to start. So the first thing that we're going to want to do is to include Bootstrap. So we'll just put a link in here. And if we quickly Google Bootstrap CDN, we can get a link to the CDN version of Bootstrap here. We'll include that up here. The next thing we want to do is make sure that any of the blocks we use have their associated style sheets included. To do that, we use the function blockify_CSS, and that'll do everything for us. So every website needs a header. Let's call in the header block. As you've seen, we use the block function to call our blocks. The block function takes up to 4 arguments depending on the block you're using. The first is the name of the block you want to use, in this case header-simple. The second is any data that you want to pass to your block. The third is where any options that the block takes goes. And the fourth is whether to disable the Bootstrap container class. We'll go over in later videos these more advanced options. For now, we're just going to call the header block. After that, we might want to have a hero scene with space for an image. So let's use the hero window block. So that's block hero window. Now let's include some articles for our block. We can use the grid section block for that. If I just call block grid section, and let's also include a space for a single article. We can use article single for this one. Block article single, and And finally, underneath this, let's call our footer, which is conveniently called footer simple. Block footer simple. Now, before we write our closing HTML, or before our closing body tag, in fact, we'll want to include any of the block's JavaScripts. Just like with the Blockify CSS function, we can include all of the JavaScripts that are associated with our blocks. And to do this, we'd use the function Blockify_JS. Now, of course, if you're using Bootstrap from the CDN, you're going to want to include this as well before your Blockify.js. So we'll just pop that in there. And this would be a good place to include anything else, such as jQuery. Ultimately, there we have it. If I save this now and reload my page, there we can see we've got our simple header, we've got our hero window, this is our grid section block which pulls through random amounts of different content. So in this case we've got 3 blocks of text. If you reload that, if you don't pass it any data, it will pull through people's faces or even sometimes things from the Apple App Store. So we've got more faces there. Underneath the grid section block we've got our single article block, and then underneath that we've got a very simple footer. So that's how you build your first very simple web page using Blockify blocks. Stay tuned for future videos when we show you how you can pass your content and any other data into your blocks to make your websites even more interactive. Thanks for watching.